this is what we're going to be sort of like gunning towards. So now we're working on that. And then once again, what's the first thing I got to do, right? Think to yourself, this is your data. It's brand new. What's our little housekeeping stuff? Number one, turn on autosave, and then make sure it's saved inside your OneDrive or your SharePoint, making sure it's a table. Okay. And then finally, of course, we bring it on home to our good buddy here. You can see there's our Copilot. Great. But you know what? I'm not satisfied with my admin. I need to get my butler. So let's go ahead and click on tools. There's my agent mode. Cool. Now I'm in agent mode. Okay. So let's just, again, get that practice. So look at the product description and notice I've got it in these little kind of single quotes. You don't always have to do that, but that does help. It contains both item name and sport. Create two new columns, one called product type and another called sports category. Fill it by extracting the product type, right? See that? And then main sport, hockey, baseball, tennis from the description. If the sport isn't obvious, classify it as general accessories. Make both in proper case. Hide the product description column when complete. That's a lot, right? I'm really like getting very, very greedy because it's sort of like relying on its intelligence of what a sport is. And it's also extracting out a bunch of content. It's removing something else. It's changing the formatting. It's like I'm getting really needy and really greedy here. And that's pretty much par for the course. And that's what we kind of will be doing. Look at that. And that took what, maybe about a minute, 10 seconds. Not too bad. And you can see what it's done. It's created the sports category. It understands what that is. Knee pads is general accessories. Okay. It's pretty smart. And this is going to be so helpful for me when I do, let's say, a pivot table. I wasn't able to do that before, but it did it for me using AI. It's still working on it. And then in the meantime, also keep in mind that some of this stuff, this data we're working with, is also having some like calendar kind of scheduling, right? So some data intelligence. So that's going to be one of our next questions. So you can see exactly what it did. And again, you can click on it. You can see that's beautiful. Love it. Good. And also just kind of brought it in as it is. It didn't rely on a formula, which is nice. That way I can even get rid of column F and it's not depending on it, which I like as well. Good. Now let's go ahead and do another one. Analyze the sales trends over time. Okay. That's a big thing you'll be doing. And I wanted to create a new sheet, yearly trends. On this sheet, create a pivot table showing total order value by years, rows, and region columns. Then create a line chart that visualizes growth over years. Okay, so as we're waiting, you can see there is my yearly trends. And notice that cute little emoji. I love the fact that you can bring emojis into your tab names there. Okay, so it's doing its thing. And then again, maybe I'll just click on it and just kind of watch it as it unfolds. Super cool. Look at that. Still going. Yeah, it's still going. It's okay. But it's looking pretty slick already. Give me some very, very valuable information. Okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get you the next one as we're just patting ourselves in the back for our hard work. Create a new dashboard sheet named Store KPIs. I need to see our best partners are. Who are they? Create a bar chart showing the top 10. Notice I'm asking for a filter, right, by the total order value. Also, calculate and display these summary metrics at the top of the sheet in large text format. Add color for emphasis, contrast, and design. So hopefully it gets that. So there it is. It's already created my store KPIs tab. Now here you can watch it coming in. You can see it's now creating that little top heading for me. There it is coming in. Remember, it's all about action with Copilot. There you go, nice and big so I can read it. And see, that's what kind of KPIs should sort of look like on some levels. You see that? Nice and big and visible. So I would say, again, it didn't do it perfectly, but that's okay. I can come in here and I can do this. I can kind of make that visible. Okay, that's pretty good. And it's really powerful. And there's no mistakes, right? It did all of the work for me there. Let's come back to this globe again, right? Remember this guy right here where we can kind of look on the web, because I actually may want to get a little bit more information, about some of the things that are happening here. Because let's just say like I'm the sales manager, and I need to know, well, when should I do like a promotion something like that, right? And the promotions will happen like maybe during certain times of the year. So let's take a look at this prompt I'm going to put in here. I'm going to tell it here that I have a lot of inventory for hockey and baseball. Use the web to find the official start and end months for the NHL and MLB season. That's National Hockey League and Major League Baseball, if you're not familiar with that. Based on this, look at my quantity column and recommend which month I should run a clearance sale for each sport to make room for next season's gear. Like, that is just incredible. Like, think about like all the 5 things it's actually thinking and doing for me. It's actually doing research based off of some data that exists out there and then making a decision for me based off of that. Your director of sales asks you to do that. Maybe you are the director of sales. And that's just the thing. Like, we need to really know when we should have our promos. Okay. And it tells you here, I'm piecing together NHL, MLB, seasonal data. It's looking, tells you where it's going, right? To MLB.com. In the meantime, I'm just going to bask at how awesome some of this stuff looks. I love how it's created this big old banner across there. I wouldn't have done that. And that just looks really slick, really special. Look at that. I mean, what it will probably do if it's too complex or if it kind of doesn't make sense, it may do what's called like a helper column. It'll follow up with you. It might ask you, say, listen, your data is not like ready for that. So it'll certainly tell you, or it may do, like I said, kind of create that helper column, right? So hopefully, your prompt is clear in the wording. So you want to make sure of that. But again, you can keep trying and trying until you get it. Like I said, from a formulaic perspective, or I should say a layout and like kind of data cleaning perspective, then it'll again probably create kind of a new space in order to get to that place. So now notice how it brought out the year right there. And then let's go to clearance timing. It created a new thing for me. It's still happening. Okay, this might be an example of when we actually don't see any data here, which is interesting. Sometimes I'm kind of grateful when this happens because you should correct it. I'm going to say here, I don't see any data in the clearance timing tab. This is normal, right? I mean, it's not going to be consistent. It's not going to be perfect all the time, but it should be forgiving and hopefully recognize its sort of like limitations of what it offered you and hopefully fix it, right? I've seen that before. It will possibly not do it right, but it should respond, right? Well, you can ask it, right? These are the kind of things. Look, so you see numbers are coming in now, right? And you just follow up, right? That's what I mean by iterative earlier. Beautiful. See that? And now I was able to get the data. And notice it says here, you're right, it was blank. I've now populated the entire clearance timing tab with month names, etc. Best season of the month is August. Baseball, best clearance month is November. Okay.
Are you happy with this training? Make sure to subscribe for more great content. Visit the Simon Says It channel. Explore our videos and training sessions and decide what you want to learn next.